What's going on, everybody? I am outside of my Alamo Draft House in the parking garage, about to head into my early screening of The Running Man. Now, before giving you my full review, just my quick thoughts before seeing the film, I would say I'm mildly excited. I'm a fan of the 87, I want to say, film with Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably top 5, at least top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger films for me. Very much enjoyed it, but I know this time around, and of course this is based on a Stephen King novel, that film was more of a, action Arnold film, where this one's Edgar Wright, who's directing this one's gonna do kind of the best of both worlds, kind of like Dr. Sleep with Mike Flanagan, where he wants to, do right by the book, but also have a fun action film. So we'll see where that lands. As far as my fandom of Edgar Wright, I think he's a great director. Whether it be Scott Pilgrim, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. I didn't really love, Baby Driver is probably my favorite film of his. I didn't love his last movie, Last Night of Soho, but I'm still excited to see what he does with this, with his type of sensibilities. We have Josh Brolin as a starring, as far as supporting cast, Josh Brolin, Colman Domingo, Lee Pace, and some other great actors, but this is Glen Powell's, truly first starring role as far as in a big film. I've been knowing Glen Powell since he was in, The Great Debaters in 2007, Denzel Washington film, and then he was in a couple, he was in Dark Knight Rises. Of course, I didn't know who he was during that time, but my first, introduction to him, I like him as an actor, was on a TV show called Scream Queens. And since then, I'm like, oh, that's Glen Powell. I like him as an actor, and I think for, a household name, Hollywood star, people really took attention to him when he was in, he was a great standout role in Top Gun Maverick, Devotion, he was good in Hitman, and last year, Twister. So this is gonna, to me, and also Anyone But You, which I know did well, but again, those are all supporting roles for him, but this is a leading role. I'm really interested to see if he is the leading man that Hollywood wants him to be and that he believes he is. So we'll see on the other side if Running Man, the remake, is maybe better than the original, on par with the original, or maybe worse. I'll let you all know when I get back, and I'll share my spoiler-free review. So I'll see you all on the other side. And we are back. See this face? Can you see it? This is a face of disappointment, ladies and gentlemen. My gosh, did I not enjoy that movie. We're talking about The Running Man, non-spoiler review, directed by a phenomenal director, and Edgar Wright, starring a great cast. Let's just jump right into the positives, and then we'll get into the things I didn't like. Dan Killian, played by the incredible Josh Brolin, stole the film. He's the executive. If you've seen the original, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, this film is essentially Hunger Games in a future distance where, media takes over. It's essentially, just imagine where we are as society today, fast forward another 10, 15 years, where people like Ben's character, played by Glen Powell, have to find themselves doing things like getting on game shows where you have to survive 30 days, and if you don't, you die and you lose the money, yada, yada, yada. You guys, The Running Man's been around for a while. I thought Josh Brolin was great. He was phenomenal as the puppeteer, the puppet master behind the scenes, manipulating. And then again, there's some social commentary that land. A lot of it didn't, but the idea of how manipulation is fed to an audience to believe certain things in media. But he was great. Colman Domingo as game show host, Bobby T, he was great. The little bit of scenes that he had, I thought that he was fantastic. Again, feeding into the machine of the corporate entities and the, manipulation of it all. Man, outside of that, there's one or two moments that I thought Michael Cera has a Home Alone type of moment where he gets to get the revenge on the big brother. That scene worked, but... And then again, there's some social commentary there that I thought was this is very relevant to today's times. But Edgar Wright, my man, this is 2 in a row for me where I'm like, the sauce is somewhere lost. I did not like The Last Night in Soho, and this was even worse for me personally. This film is bipolar. This does not know what it wants to be. It's trying to be an 80s film in 2024 or 25, sorry. This film has me all disoriented because it was so garbage. But this film doesn't know what it wants to be. It's trying to be an 80s film with one-liners and the kind of slick design of like he did in Scott Pilgrim, but it did not work for this film. The tone is, again, just, it wants to be serious with social commentary, but we want to be a poppy action film like the one in the 80s. But one thing you don't have is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and my goodness, I like Glen Powell. He was so miscast in this role as Ben Richards. Him trying to be I'm the angry man, trying to stick it to the man, horrible. I want to be a good guy. I lost my job because I'm saving, horrible. I'm a family man. I need my family to be saved. I couldn't stand how much this film kept saying that he was a family man over, and I'm doing it for my wife and kids. I'm doing it for, it's so generic. It is so poorly written. He's not bad in the acting. It's just the characterization of what they want him to be. He wasn't that guy. The charm, the stuff that I like about Glen Powell was stripped away from him in this film. He's not a tough guy. The tough guy act did not work in this role. Like, I was talking to one of my critic buddies. If he would have played the Glen Powell, the hangman type of characterizations, it would have worked. But in this film, it did not work. Oh my goodness, this film is so bad. As it went on, it drags. The pacing is so bad because, again, it's like jumping back and forth, Jekyll and Hyde of the what it's trying to be, and it's just, if it's a 2-hour movie, I feel like I was in there for almost 2.5 hours. I just wasn't enjoying myself. I forgot a positive. Lee Pace. They should have put Lee Pace in the Ben Richards role because he can fit that persona that they were trying to give off. Glen's the worst thing as far as the character he's playing. The way he was written was so damn bad. I didn't like this movie. It really sucks because I like Edgar, but this is not a good movie for me. I did not like Glen in the role. Again, it's like everything was half-assed. The social commentary wasn't all the way fine comb. It wasn't fully fleshed out and developed because they want to have a joke that didn't stick the landing. Then when they want to be like poppy and fun, I swear to you, the film does not have an action sequence into an hour. The build-up until we get to the first action sequence is like, what is going on here? Like, what is actually going on? The 80s version, which I know is not essentially the version from the book that this film is adapting. Like, this is not a remake. It's definitely a reimagining to the Stephen King book. The 80s film is so much better. This was bad. I'm sorry, guys. And I saw this with a group of critics and audiences, and it seemed like people were enjoying themselves, but I almost felt like I was in a, I don't want to say it. I might be in the minority in this one. I thought this was a really bad movie, and it's disappointing because I enjoy all the recipe, all the people in front and behind the cameras, but it did not come together for this one. I don't think this film's going to do well financially. Not that you all might care, but I don't think it's going to do well. You know, in the year, we always get a lot of Stephen King projects, which, by the way, if you're watching It, Welcome to Derry, there's a nice little Easter egg in this film for you all, as you would imagine with it being Stephen King, but the Stephen King of it all, where it's like you get Life of Chuck, Welcome to Derry, Long Walk, which I haven't seen or heard is great, but then you get something like this, and there's other things that just don't stick the landing, and this is one of them for me. I'm going to give The Running Man, if I'm being generous, a 2 out of 5, and I'm giving it a 2 because of the two good things that I just mentioned with Josh Brolin, Colman Domingo, and you throwing Lee Pace. Oh, Emilia Jones, who's also great. Like, she pops up, and when she pops up, the film is like completely different at this point. But like, even her was like, what is going on? It's like 4 different movies in this film, and none of them worked for me. But either way, let me wrap this up. 2 out of 5. I didn't like it, but that's just me. You might be like my audience tonight and eat it up like popcorn and cheer at the screen and have a good time. But if you really look at the film and the context and the writing and the direction and the performances, especially from Glen Powell, you might be in my boat. But who's to say? Give it a watch. If you do, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. I still like Glen. I still think he can lead a movie when given the right role and a good script, but this wasn't it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just being honest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do all the YouTube stuff. I would appreciate it, which is a like, a share, leaving some comments, and consider sticking around where normally, we have some good times with movies and shows that are good, but this isn't one of them. So consider subscribing. Hope you all stay safe, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Take care.